welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Saima Nadeem. I'm a nurse from Pakistan, currently working here in the UK. In today's video, we are going to talk about duties of a healthcare support worker, what they do, what do they earn, and what is their duty timings, duty rota. This is all we are going to discuss in this video. If you are interested in this topic, please stay tuned, watch the video till the end. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. If you are new to this channel, I would like to say a big welcome. And I provide information about UK nursing and each and every bit around me. Thank you so much for coming back. Let's dive in. We talk about healthcare assistant and their job. So their job role is quite wide. I mean to say is they do everything that I do as a nurse. They do personal hygiene care. They provide personal hygienic care. They help the patients with the breakfasts, with the lunches, with the meals, like all meals. They also help the patients with the oral hygienic care. They also help the patients with the mobility if they need a repositioning, if they need any kind of support, or if they want to spend some time with someone, if they want to talk to the support worker, if they want to talk to the nursing staff. These are all the duties of a healthcare support worker. So if you want to be if you want to become a healthcare support worker, the job role is quite wide, and we need to make it easy. I'm here to make it easy for you to understand what the healthcare support workers do and what is their duty pattern. This is all we are going to discuss in the video. If we say about the duty rota, if we talk about the duty rota, so their duty timing, their duty hours is 37.5 hours a week. So they also work like 3 days a week, and the following week they do 4 days a week. And if you want to work night shift, it's the same pattern. So 37.5 hours you need to complete. Here in the NHS, the duty timings are like long days, night shift. So if you want to spread it out, if you want to work morning shift or afternoon shift or night shift, whatever shift you prefer, you can talk to your manager, but the hours remains the same. You need to work 37.5 hours. Also, the shift is 11.5 hours each day. If you are going to do long day or night shift, it's 11.5 hours and 37.5 hours per week. If we talk about their duties, let's say you are working in a medical ward, you start your day, and what are you going to do as a healthcare support worker? So you start with the early morning. Let's say you start the shift 7:30, and 7:30 we do the handover. And the handover, it's like you gather there with your team, and the night staff, they give you handover. After the handover, around 8 o'clock, you go to your area, you go to your allocated team, and the staff on the night shift on that particular area, they'll give you the handover. You go to your allocated area, and the night staff give you the handover. After that, it's almost like 15 past 8. The breakfast is served, and then you serve the breakfast to your patients. Let's say you have 10 patients. You serve the breakfast to all of them, and if someone is on red tray means they need your assistant, they need you to feed them. All right, so they need your help. You are going to feed them. After the breakfast, you gather all the trays, you put them in the dish rack. After that, you are going to ask the patient. You have 10 patients. You are going to ask them one by one if they would like to have a wash. Now sometimes the night staff, they wash one or two patients, so the rest you can ask them if they would like to have a wash. You can start the washes, and one by one you are going to do them. If they are assistants of one, means if they need one person to assist them with the washing, and you're going to give them body wash, you are going to give them oral hygienic care and personal grooming. I mean, you can just comb their hair if they need any more help. If they need moisturizing, you can do that as well. So you are going to do this for 8 patients if the night staff washed 2 patients already, or else you are going to wash the 10 patients that you have. But here, if you need any help from the nurse, you can ask them. If someone is assistance of 2, if someone needs assistance of 2 person, you can ask your nurse who is with you. She's going to help you with the washes also. what the nurse is doing at this time, she's doing the drug round, and also if there is any extraordinary job for her to do. So if you need her help at any point, you can ask her for her assistance. Also, in this, when you do the personal hygienic care, you need to check the skin of the patient, because there is a form that we fill on each patient that's called intentional rounding, and we write each and every bit on that intentional rounding form. What they ask on that form is if the patient weed, if the patient open bowels, if you give a drink to the patient, have you washed the patient, have you cleaned their teeth. Each and every bit is asked on that particular form, so you fill that form for everybody. Okay, on the back of that form there is a skin check bundle. There is a skin bundle where you need to write that you have checked the skin of the patient, their ears, their nose, not the nose, their ears, their elbows, their knees, heels, back, shoulders, and the skull, and back of the ears as well. So each and every body part with the bony promises, with the bony part of the, what I mean to say is, you check the skin of the patient where there is bone, where the skin can break. So you check those areas for skin damage or skin damage or pressure ulcer. So you need to check those all areas. But if you are not sure, how to grade the pressure ulcers are skin damages. Okay, if there is any damage to that patient's skin on their back or on their knees or on their heels, anywhere, if you see a different color skin or any purple color skin or any cut or anything suspicious you see on the patient's skin, if you are not sure, just tell your nurse, because this is very, very important thing we are talking about. Skin bundle is way too important. So if you are not confident enough, do not write anything, just tell your nurse that I have checked the skin, or you can verify the skin with your nurse. Okay, so we are doing the washes now. We have checked the skins, we have documented them on the intentional rounding. Let's say it's already 11 o'clock, because it takes time, the washes takes time, and you have 10 patients. Sometimes it can reach up to 12 midday also. So by 12 you are going to, we serve lunches. You can take your break for 30 minutes, because sometimes lunch time is 12:30 or 1 o'clock. So you can take your break at that time. After the break, you are going to serve the lunches to the patient. So same thing again, you need to write. Also in the morning, I forgot to mention, you need to write what the patient ate in the morning, whether they had toast or porridge or cornflakes, whatever they ate. You need to write it on the form. There is a food and fluid chart also that we complete. This is the job of the healthcare assistant, but the nurses can do also. We are a team, so we work as a team when we are in the ward. All right, so after that the lunches are here. Let's say it's 12:30, the lunches are here. You serve the lunch to the patient. If someone needs assistance with the lunch, you can do that. And if someone needs to go to the toilet, you can help them with that. If someone needs you to walk with them, you can walk with them. If someone needs you to sit them out on the chair from their bed, you need to do it. If they are assistants of one, you can do it alone. If they need more support, you can ask your nurse to do it with you. These are all the jobs of the healthcare assistant we are talking about. All right, and also after that, you have served the lunches to the patient, you help someone to eat. It's already 1 o'clock or 1:30. Now you can sit down again, you can write your notes, you can do the intentional rounding. And some healthcare support workers are really good. They get the training, they are competent enough to do the patient OBS. OBS means a patient taking patient blood pressure, temperature, pulse, respiration. They help the nurses in the vital signs also. But if you are not competent enough, if you are not confident enough, it's fine. Just tell your nurse that you don't know how to do it. Also, before the lunches, we do the blood sugar checks also. If someone is diabetic, we need to do the blood sugar check. There is a particular training for that also. All of our support workers, they get that training how to do the blood sugars, and they do the blood sugars as well. But if you don't know how to do it, just tell your nurse. Then we have done the lunches, we need to write it down. Documentation is very important. Whatever you do, you need to document it. If patient went to the toilet to wee, you need to write it down. If they open bowels, you need to write it down. We also need to write it down if they open bowels, what type was it, and was it small, medium or large, and if they are constipated or they opening bowel loosely. So we need to document each and every bit. Documentation is very important. And also our healthcare support workers, they help the patient to reposition. If someone has pressure ulcers, if someone has skin damages, our support workers or our nurses, we as a nurse, we need to reposition that patient every 2 hours. So every 2 hours, this is also a column on the intentional rounding, that we turn the patient on this side. Which side did you turn, how did you turn, how patient moved, what happened, each and every bit we need to document. They say if you don't document, you didn't do it. All right, so documentation is very important. Again, you are not alone there, my dear support worker. You are not alone there. If you don't know anything, if you don't know how to turn the patient, if you don't know how to do how to handle the patient, manual handling is very important for the patient and for yourself also. So if you're not sure how to do it, just report it to your nurse or your nurse in charge. They can help you get that particular training, and then you can be competent and confident in doing it. All right, and now we have documented everything. If you want to help the nurse with the OBS, you can do it. If you don't have time for that, it's fine, because there are times like when you just sit down, someone needs toilet, or someone wants to go out, or someone needs your help to take the tea or coffee. So there is always something going on. You don't get enough time because NHS is very busy. All right, so again around 6 o'clock we have dinners. Again, you help the patient with the dinners, you check the pads of the patient frequently. So here, very important thing for the support workers also to know is that some patients are continent and some patients are incontinent. What do I mean by that? Continent means the patient knows that they need to wee, that they need to go to the toilet. That is called continent. That if I know that I want to go to the toilet, if I know I need to open bowels, I am continent. But if I am incontinent, incontinent means I would not know that I'm going to open bowels, and I would not know that if I need to wee. So incontinent of bowels, incontinent of bowels means I wouldn't know that I need to open bowels. Incontinent of bladder mean I wouldn't know that I need to wee, I wouldn't know that I need to pass urine. So this is very important. If you have patients who are incontinent, who has incontinence problem, you need to check those patients frequently. All right, what would happen if you don't check them? They can develop pressure ulcers, and also if we don't check the pads of the patient, there is high risk for them to get UTI, urine infection, or skin damages. So if the patient doesn't know if they are going to open bowels, or they're going to, or if their bed is wet, we need to check them. If someone can tell you that they need to be, well and good. If they don't tell you and they wet the bed, so we need to check those patients frequently, so we can reduce their chance of getting skin infections, skin damages, and pressure ulcers. All right, so this is our job, to check the patient's bed frequently. Nurses can do, but is mainly the job of healthcare support worker. But we as nurses, whoever sees the patient in wet bed can do it. That's not a problem. Now it's already 6 o'clock. We serve the dinners, and again we can help them. You can help them with the meal if someone needs your assistant, and then you need to write it down, what they ate, how much they ate, and if they open bowels, each and everything you need to document. Again, by the end of the shift, you can give the handover and you are done for the day. You need to give the handover, and 8 o'clock you are done with your shift. That's it. Those are all the duties of a healthcare support worker. Washes, helps with the breakfast, lunches, dinners, documentation, skin checks, and mobility checks, each and everything we do together as a team, and these are mainly the jobs of healthcare support worker. So if you are thinking about applying for the job of healthcare assistant, carer, or senior carer, these are the things you are going to do here in the UK. If you feel like you can do it, well and good. Also, a lot of people, they don't feel confident enough in providing personal hygienic care. So when you wash the patient, you need to close the curtains, and then you wash the patient. Also, you're going to wash their private parts. If they open bowels, you need to clean it up. If they weird, you need to clean it up. So if you don't feel confident enough, if you are not compassionate enough in this job, please do not apply. But if you feel like you can do it, and you are very good at it, you are competent, you are confident in providing personal hygienic care, this job is for you. And a lot of people, they do healthcare assistant job, and we as nurses, we help you guys with each and every bit, so you are not alone. It's quite easy job if we work as a team. So this is all about the healthcare support worker, duties of a healthcare support worker. And the working hours are 37.5 hours. And if you what's there for them in the future, they can work as band 3 nurse, they can become a nurse as well. There are loads of opportunities to become a nurse. Also, there are trainee nurses opportunities available in the trust. So if you are someone who's working as a healthcare assistant and want to pursue their career further, keep an eye on NHS jobs. There are loads of opportunities for you guys. You can work as a phlebotomist, you can work as a dementia care worker. There are loads of opportunities, guys, honestly. So there is nothing to stop you if you want to move further, if you want to study further, and if you want to develop your skills. And a lot of healthcare support workers, they do each and every bit. They do blood tests, they do ECGs, they do cannulation, they do each and every bit they can do. Sometimes I know the support workers who are very confident. They can do catheterization, they can do cannulation. So but you need the training for that. And then after getting the training, if you are competent enough, if your band 6 or band 7, they have assessed you and they have signed your competency, then only you can do these things. So it's totally up to you where you want to see yourself and what you want to do further in your job, or do you want to stay with what you are doing. So that's it for today. If you have any queries about healthcare assistant job, let me know in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer those queries. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.